Jedi have taken refuge in the forest. Hunt them down.
Be the first to know the latest updates, breaking news, and mind-blowing insights about your favorite movies. Subscribe now and become a true movie spy.
I know because I fought against him.
Ahsoka Episode 3 is jam-packed with Star Wars Easter eggs and complex references, some of which fundamentally alter the galaxy's history. The third episode of Ahsoka is jam-packed with Star Wars Easter eggs and allusions, including subtle pieces of speech that essentially rewrite the franchise's history. Anakin Skywalker's Padawan has come a long way since her first appearance in 2008's Star Wars, the Clone Wars animated film, and it increasingly appears that she will go further than anybody could have predicted. The Ahsoka Disney TV program is preparing her for an interplanetary adventure. Ahsoka Episode 3 is an action-packed chapter in this saga, with the Jedi caught in the crosshairs of Shin Hati, Merrick, and other Morgan Elsbeth spies. By the conclusion of the episode, the stage is set for a dramatic showdown between Ahsoka and Baylan Shin, an Order 66 survivor who, it has previously been revealed, knows Anakin Skywalker himself. Here are all of the major Star Wars Easter eggs and allusions in Ahsoka 3, The Last of the Mohicans. Sabine's Jedi training finally acknowledges George Lucas' Japanese influence. Episode 3, Sabine trains in Ahsoka. The third episode of Ahsoka begins with a long training scenario in which Huyang and then Ahsoka attempt to teach Sabine how to use her lightsaber and contact the Force. It's renowned for including standard training methods used in Japanese martial arts, which is totally appropriate given that George Lucas was inspired by this in the first place. The wooden blades are formerly known as Bakken, which is the name of a wooden sword used for Kenjutsu training. Sabine is encouraged by Ahsoka to conceal her eyes, a method she refers to as Zatoichi. Zatoichi is a fictional swordsman invented by author Kim Shimazawa. He lost his sight as a youngster due to sickness, but trained as a swordsman anyway and became the hero of a long-running Japanese film series. These had a huge effect on George Lucas when he created Star Wars, and it's fantastic to have them recognized. The dark side is described perfectly by Ahsoka. Ahsoka's wooden staff training while training Sabine. Ahsoka perfectly describes the essence of the dark side. She says that anger and impatience might provide a brief power boost, but also deplete a Jedi's equilibrium. This is very much how George Lucas saw the dark side, and it's exciting to see his thinking reflected in the official Star Wars canon. Episode 3 of Ahsoka, The Defense Fleet of the New Republic. The action quickly shifts to the New Republic Defense Fleet, with Hera Syndulla, still located on Home 1, summoned to a Senate committee hearing to present her case for fighting Thrawn. Star Wars, The Force Awakens previously implied that the New Republic lacked a fleet, but this is certainly not the case. Star Wars timelines indicated that after Hosnian Prime was destroyed, the entire defense fleet was stationed there. Senator Hamato Ziono, whose son Kaz will feature in the Star Wars Resistance animated TV program, is the second. The Ahsoka narrative is heavily influenced by Timothy Zahn's Thrawn trilogy, which is no longer considered canon, and Ziono looks to be playing the part of corrupt politician Borsk Felaya. Felaya, who would later become Chancellor, was ambitious and self-interested in the legends, refusing to think the Empire posed a threat. Jacen Syndulla, Hera's son, is introduced in Ahsoka Episode 3. Jacen Syndulla in the last episode of Star Wars Rebels and Ahsoka in Episode 3. The live-action Jacen Syndulla is ultimately introduced in Ahsoka Episode 3. Jacen Jarrus, the son of Hera and Jedi Padawan Kanan Jarrus, has previously been revealed to be a Force user. It's unclear if he'll end up at Luke Skywalker's Jedi Temple, but if he does, he may become one of Kylo Ren's victims. Huyang's suggestions. Jedi standards were revised 1,000 years ago. Huyang has been a Jedi for over 25,000 years. Interestingly, he mentions Jedi standards remaining constant for a century, implying that they were just defined 1,000 years ago. This occurred following the defeat of the Sith, which resulted in the Republic's Reformation. Prior to this, Jedi practices appear to have been significantly different. Huyang also suggests that other Mandalorian Jedi, like Tar Vizsla and Bo-Katan, have wielded the Darksaber. Huyang also mentions to Ahsoka that there have been few Mandalorian Jedi. This statement alone rewrites Star Wars history, for up until now, only one was known, Tar Vizsla, the Jedi who fashioned the Darksaber. Huyang appears to be implying a far more intricate relationship between the Jedi and the Mandalorians, with other Mandalorians also joining the Jedi. Shin is dressed in a Clone Wars Jedi helmet. In Ahsoka, Shin Hati pilots a starfighter. Many Force sensitives are among the galaxy's galaxy's most dangerous and adept pilots, owing to their force-enhanced reflexes. Shin is no exception, with one notable distinction: she wears a Clone Wars-era Jedi headset, similar to those shown in Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, and Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. It's conceivable she got it from her master. Huyang verifies that the Eye of Shaun is a hyperspace ring. In Ahsoka Episode 3, Huyang scans the Eye of Shaun. Huyang confirms that the Eye of Shaun is a massive replica of the Jedi hyperspace ring. The history of the hyperspace ring has been disclosed by Lucasfilm's Star Wars: The High Republic transmedia venture. It was originally linked with a group of space pirates known as the Nihil and must have been adopted by the Republic. It has now been greatly improved, with the objective of reaching a whole other galaxy. Star Wars has finally featured a live-action Purrgil Star Wars space whales. The Purrgil debuted in Star Wars Rebels as gigantic creatures that can jump to hyperspace on their own. Their live-action debut was hinted at in Season 3 of The Mandalorian, but they ultimately appear in full in Ahsoka Episode 3. They're brilliantly depicted, a credit to the ability of the VFX teams on Ahsoka. The Star Wars galaxy's history has been revealed. Finally, Ahsoka Episode 3 verifies the notion that Purrgil move across galaxies and that their migration paths form the basis for old cosmic hyperspace corridors. However, Ahsoka's conversation suggests that this isn't only about per idea. The history of the Star Wars galaxy appears to be more intricate than anybody previously thought, with the residents of several galaxies crossing the vacuum in the ancient past. Naturally, this begs the fascinating issue of why that changed. Stay tuned, because we have a mission to uncover the most enigmatic film secrets ever created. Remember, with Movie Spy, the truth is just one click away. Thanks for watching.